Welcome to the world premiere video release of Garota de Ipanema, otherwise known as The Girl from Ipanema. With vocals by Kathryn Hopkins, the single was recorded remotely with the rhythm section in Brazil, then the horn section in Los Angeles, where it was mixed and mastered. Kathryn and Angela O'Neill of Outrageous8 Records worked together to create a video for the song to capture the essence of the project and Kathryn's time in Brazil and love of their music. It was this song that put Brazil on the global stage and brought the bossa nova to the world. But first, we'd like to set the scene and take you to a land steeped in rich rhythms and culture. Join us as we samba our way to Brazil. We'll go to a video to introduce you to the whole band and talk about the project before going to the official video release directly after that. So stay tuned on this channel and enjoy the show. A clock is ticking on the wall. A cool breeze fills the air. I'm lying in my bed this night. I haven't got a care. In my heart, we're all together. Rio de Janeiro, a love in you I find. A place where I can go and ease the shadows of my mind away.
Good, doing good, Aldo. Aldo, it was so much fun to work with you in the studio. I see, may I ask to introduce myself to other people in the room? Am I saying Enoch? Am I saying that right? Mr. Souza? How do you say your name so I say it right?
Hello, my name is Enoch. I am a drummer.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice to meet you for all.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much. We were so excited to have Nando put together this arrangement for Kathryn. She had such an amazing experience in Brazil, and we wanted to memorialize it with the rearrangement and recording of this song. Nando, thank you so much for everything you've done over these months. It is really challenging
Angela.
to internationally record and arrange and mix. It's amazing that it got done. So amazing. And there's one gentleman on here, it just says iPhone. Sir, may I ask, what is your name?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Nando, I'm looking, I think, at one of your guys, and it just says iPhone. It doesn't say his name.
É Nilton,
Oh,
não?
Newton.
Ah.
Newton is the guitar man.
Oh, hello.
Oh, guitar, that explains it.
Newton, nice to meet you. You play a beautiful guitar.
That's okay.
Yeah. Well, welcome, Newton. It's amazing to have you here. I hope at some point he can hear me. We were so amazed by the amazing sounds that came to us from Brazil. It was just so full of life and love. Amazing thing when we first heard those tracks. Kathryn and I were just blown away by how beautiful all of it was. We were lucky enough just to introduce our end of it. You know Kathryn, you know Alan, but you might not know Ron Seiger. Ron Seiger came in and played alto sax with us when we were mixing.
Hey, Ron.
Hey,
how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
tried to wear something Brazilian. I hope it's
yeah, it's beautiful.
yeah.
I like it, Ron. Ron, thank you so much for coming on with us today. It's so much fun. And of course, Myers is here because she was so much a part of Kathryn's trip to Brazil, and the fact that Brazil was a place where Kathryn kind of landed up and had this magical experience down there in that beautiful country. Myers, did you end up hearing the track, and what did you think? What are your impressions of Girl from Ipanema?
You're talking to me, Myers? Okay.
Yes. Me. Oh, it is so nice to have you on here. I know Zoom, it feels a little bit awkward at first, but isn't it amazing that we can be talking in Los Angeles? We have people in Roanoke, Virginia, and we have people in Brazil. I mean, what a gift, what magic this is. Link and come back on the meeting. Okay, got it.
Great.
So, I just wanted to say, I'm very grateful to Angela and for all of her energy and pushing all of this through. For me, it was a fantastic experience. and it meant a lot because of my father, who was a drummer who went to Brazil, played there. He met Nando and all the guys there, and they all played together. And so it was very special for me when I went to Brazil to connect with them and perform with them in Brazil. And Miris was very helpful with that because I didn't speak Portuguese. And so she was very good, translating to make that all happen. And then Angela had the idea about doing something, with the Brazil theme. And so we talked together and we came up with this, and we chose Ipanema because it's such a well-known song, and it's, there's a reason why it was played to death, because everybody loved it so much. So like for me, it's the first time I've actually done a proper recording, and and then we did the video to go along with it as well. So that was quite an experience, a great experience. And having Outrageous8 Records produce it and Angela kind of at the helm, was great. And the arrangement, Nando, that you did, and and then bringing the guys in and having the rhythm section in Brazil, and then the horn section in California. Yeah, it was great. So just really happy to have done that all with everybody, and appreciate all of you. So thank you.
What does it mean to people who live in Brazil?
Well, I think Garota de Ipanema is one of the, most famous music here in Brazil, and everybody loves it. I mean,
Yeah, he had it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
did your thing. You did your thing. That's great. I think it's fantastic.
So thank you.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure recording with you and Angela, and just the studio and my man playing saxophone. It was nice, and I didn't get a chance to meet the fellows down in Brazil, but I'm sure in the next year or so I'll be there and I'll meet them in person, but I enjoyed myself, but I enjoy just about everything. So
Aldo, it was so much fun to work with you in the studio. I see. Hey, Enoch, so Enoch, I'll start with you. We were just going to talk a little bit about how kind of like how fun but / new it is to record something like you did on drums for this track with an arrangement from Nando, and then just kind of send it off to Los Angeles for its next installment. How was that at your end? I know you.
Fernando falar pouco sobre o que eu achei da música, enfim.
Well, not just said that it was nice to get the experience to doing the music, and he said he liked the most that part when we changed from to swing, from samba to swing. It's like a mixture.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mixture,
Very good.
With samba and jazz, and it was very exciting for him.
Yes.
No, well, I want to take a chance here to point out something very important. I want to congratulate Kat for his Portuguese pronunciation.
Oh,
great,
thank you.
great. You did so great in the recording.
Yeah.
We had you are so worried about before recording. We talked about many times. Well, I tried to help you.
You did.
Some,
Yes. Thank you for that.
But I loved it. It was great. It was great.
Thank you.
I could live to it. Yeah.
I'm sure I have an
Well, that's it.
accent, but as long as it can be understood, and really, if people are not Portuguese, they don't really know if I make a mistake anyway, so it's good.
Hey, Ron Seiger, how did you find coming into, we were over at Michael Rosen's studio, if you remember back in whenever that was, in Encino, and you came in and we had the kind of the tracks ready, and I can't remember, I think we did them individually. Didn't we individually record you and Alan, and then we did Alan later, yeah?
Yeah, it was really exciting. You guys are so professional, and Kathryn was wonderful in the way she interpreted and all that. It was really exciting.
There's a lot of love there, and that's always so much fun with music when you
That's
know
great.
people well.
Yeah.
And you're recording together. So I know Kathryn, I hadn't produced with Kathryn before for my part of it. And I know she was surprised. It was like a taskmaster a little bit because I'm really a perfectionist, and being a vocalist, I was like, no, we're not done with that.
You were definitely on it. You were definitely on it.
But you know, my goal is to make her sound as great as possible, and I know how talented she is, so I really want to enhance that talent that I know she has, and the beauty of her voice and the good textures of her voice. Michael and I put some sound of the waves crashing at the very beginning and throughout, actually, because we really wanted that feel of really being in that environment. So it was really fun producing this at this end, because it was great to be with Ron, who's like family, and so is Aldo, and Kathryn just did a beautiful job. And
yeah, the best part for me, and probably for Alan also, was Kat did a great job of scatting she is really musical.
She's good.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
It's an interesting one to try and do a little scat on, actually. Yeah, you wouldn't think so, but I don't know, just with the changes and things, it was interesting finding, where to go with that. Yeah. And then Alan had that big mega solo in the song. It was like, I think, was it two heads, or like two?
Something, and then it went to the swing, and all the girls were screaming and hollering outside.
Was that what that noise was? I was trying to figure that out.
And Ron put stuff in his ears. I can't hear. It's too much.
Yeah. That's how it went down, exactly. Alan, how was your experience that day when we recorded? It seemed like it was easy peasy for you, and but it really was fun to be in the studio with you.
It was just good to be with everybody, because I enjoyed being with musicians, sharing. It's a conversation. It's a spiritual conversation. So even though you were on it, we were doing it on the human side. Ultimately, the sounds that we heard, and Ron and I, we were listening, and it's spiritual. And, you hear the guys from Brazil, they were doing their thing. Everybody was doing their thing, above the human reality type thing. It's a little step above that. So I was into the people.
I could see that, yeah, and I agree with you. I was kind of referring to the same thing about it feeling like family to me. It's there's a vulnerability that I feel when I make music.
All of us.
There's a magic to it, and boy, it feels good to be around people who you can trust, and take risks and do things a little differently than you might normally do it.
Hey, Julie.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Julie.
Yeah, hi, Julie.
Yeah.
So Jules, we have some people from Brazil here, some people from Roanoke, and some people from LA. So Fernando, he's in my center square. He is the arranger who is actually in Brazil right now. And he's the one who we started this project with. I know, isn't that cool? And so is Enoch, and so is Newton, who's in the red there. Newton plays guitar, and Enoch plays drums. So we did the rhythm section there in Brazil, and Kathryn Hopkins is actually there in the upper left square, and that is Kathryn's
stepmother.
Stepmother.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't want to say it wrong. That's her stepmother, and she was a big part of Kathryn's trip to Brazil and why she kind of ended up going there in the first place. So everybody meet Julie. Julie played sax here in Los Angeles with us when we recorded in the studio here.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great arrangement. It was easy to read because it made so much sense, and the rhythm section was so totally solid. So it didn't take like 100 takes to do it, you know. Great job.
And I waited for you, Julie, to read it out right quick, and this made it easy for me.
Yeah, because you nailed it on
Good.
those,
Oh,
you know,
you
on the
nailed it right
rhythmical.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the rhythm section was perfect, and the chart was just, I know we all have had those like nightmare charts that don't have anything to do with what you're really supposed to be playing. So this was such a joy.
It was pretty great, Nando. It's amazing that we were actually able to accomplish this, doing half Brazil, half LA, half Roanoke.
That was the energy. That was the energy created,
Yes.
By all of us. I mean, all the project just started that, set.
And just think, we're from all around the world and came together and did
Yeah.
So are we gonna get gigs in Brazil? I want
Yeah.
to get to Brazil because
Yeah.
I want to go there.
Yeah, that would be great.
We're trying to get them gigs, man.
Well, that's why I thought too, it'd be nice to bring everyone together. So, Brazil can meet America and America can meet Brazil. And that's the beauty of music, is you can go anywhere in the world and it's a universal language. So it doesn't, matter if you don't speak the local language, you can speak the language of music. So
Music doesn't have a translation problem.
Right.
So we're going to start with that, and then at that time the single will be ready for people to download off of the Outrageous8 website, and then the single will start. I think it might actually already be streaming, but people can track it down now when the video is released, and they can stream that tune as well.
Yeah.
And so it will be on Outrageous8 Records. It will be Kathryn's single for now, and then we're going to start building on that once all that gets done. And we'll figure out what the next step will be after we're done with this step.
Thanks, Angela, and thanks Outrageous8 Records, and thanks all of you, everyone that's here, for your contributions and just your heart and passion and energy and everything. It's really appreciated and something I will always treasure. Yeah.
Yeah. Angela's good to have, though. She knows what she's doing, and that's good. That's good to have somebody like that behind that situation, pushing it, So that's a plus. And it was great playing with Julie and Ron. So that was just great,
Yeah, really good. Thank you, everyone who came tonight from the Brazil part of the world. Thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Thank you for the
Yeah, that's
invitation.
right.
Very much.
So much, Nando and Newton and Enoch and Midas.
It's
It was
a pleasure.
so amazing. Thank you so much for coming and joining us tonight. It was amazing. We can't wait to get that video to you so you can take a look at it. And it's such beautiful playing on everybody's part. So thank you, everyone who's here. Kathryn, especially, thank you for doing such a beautiful job on the vocal. And we're all looking forward to releasing the video, and then we'll get back together and forge forward.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, love you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, take care. Stay
Bye.
safe.
Thank
Bye.
you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça. Ela, menina que vem e que passa, doce balanço, caminho do mar. Mostra o teu corpo dourado de sol de Ipanema. O seio balançado é mais que poema. É a coisa mais linda que eu já vi passar.